It's really interesting how as we get older, we have to be very, very, very intentional about sharing who we are and sharing what our experiences have been with our children. I'm lifting this up because sometimes we make assumptions and take things for granted that our children will just know, and no, they won't. They won't just know. A part of who they become, a part of shaping who they are is based off of them observing how we flow, but it's also based off of we communicate to them as well. So we're not just communicating through our actions, but we're also communicating with our words. And so it's really important that we take the time to share pieces of ourselves with our children so that they can better understand who they are and take some of it, throw some of it away, and apply some of it to their lives. It's really important, y'all. So the other day when my wife and I were going through boxes as we unpacked, I stumbled across something that I hadn't seen in a minute. It was actually something that I've had for a long time. Actually, my wife, she's had it for a long time. And when I saw it, I was like, wow, I wonder if our children actually know what this is and where it came from and why we even still have it. So when my wife and I were engaged, a part of our engagement, we both had locks at the time. So part of our engagement, what we did to symbolize our engagement was we each cut a lock out of our hair, and we had it sewn. We had the other person's lock sewn into our hair. So I had my wife's lock sewn into my hair, to the degree to where it actually like started to wrap around, and my wife, she had my lock sewn into her hair. And so the other day as we were going through boxes, I stumbled across. You want to know what? I stumbled across a lock. This lock right here is probably, it's got to be almost 20 years old. Um, yeah, around about 20 years old. So in this lock right here, you'll see that a part of it is pretty narrow right here, and then it starts to get thick. So inside of this piece right here is my lock. Her lock wrapped around my lock, and so my lock is inside of this lock right here. And so, I just thought my children were cool, of course, oh, what is that? What are y'all doing? That's weird. But then one of my children was like, that's pretty cool right there. Um, but really, what it shows is that on a couple of levels, the reason why it's important is that number one, I'm sharing a piece of who we are, who I am with my children that they may not, regularly know. So we assume that they know our history, but they don't. They really don't because we haven't shared it with them. We haven't shared all of it with them. And I'm pretty sure they're not taking the time to go through photo albums and watching old videos and that type of thing. And so again, you got to be deliberate and you got to be intentional about sharing who you are with your children. Secondly, it's also a hell of a representation of Black love, longevity, and what it means to be in a healthy and holistic relationship, especially being as though they can see that we still as connected, if not even more so connected today than we were back then. And so this right here is the proof. This is the proof that what we started 24 years ago, I'm still holding this in my hand today. We're still interconnected as we are in this lock right here, my lock inside of her lock. Um, it's just a beautiful thing, y'all. Love is a beautiful experience, and when it's beautiful, it's important that you take the time to really reflect on it, to appreciate it, and to share it with your children. Because if you want them to have anything like what you have, then they're not going to just automatically get it through osmosis. They may get some of it because they're observing you, but more importantly, or equally importantly, you got to share. You got to share what your experience has been so that they can get those jewels, those nuggets, and apply it to their life. As always, y'all, it's really important that we connect in, connecting with your boo, connecting with your mate, but connecting with your kids and share that piece of who you are. Stop playing, start pushing.